Now, private citizen Adnan Mohammed has petitioned Ghana Health Service to punish the striking Manhyia nurses, or he will seek legal redress at the Supreme Court. Leadership of Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association has asked its members at the Manhyia Hospital in Kumasi to call off their day-old strike. This follows an intervention by the Ministry of Health and Ghana Health Service. Healthcare delivery at the hospital in Kumasi was brought to a halt on Friday after the nurses declared an indefinite strike. Patients on admission who were in critical condition were referred to other facilities. But in a statement Friday evening, the leadership of the GRNMA called on its members to return to work on Saturday and allow investigations to be completed. We'll be speaking to private citizen Adnan Mohammed. He's on the line. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
All right. So why do you want to sue the striking nurses?
All right. Thank you for the opportunity in order to further explain the petition that has been delivered to the Ghana Health Service and copied to Ghana Registered Nurses Association, the Minister of Health, and the National Security Council. You know, in the country, we are in a democratic country ruled by laws, and no citizen can take the law into their own hands without passing or using all the necessary, procedures, administrative procedures, before even embarking on an industrial action. Now we are in the country, and an incident happened at the Manhyia Hospital, or not really even at the Manhyia Hospital. We're told it started on a phone conversation. Then the man at the center, who is an NSS boss, and I think went to the hospital to verbally abuse one of the workers. This no one has supported, or no one supports the abuse. But the subsequent action by the nurses, with directive from its association, that's the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, asking their chapter or their members at the Manhyia Hospital to go embark on a strike action, is illegal. And for that matter, we are calling on the Ghana Health Service in order to apply its administrative rule, which mattered on the condition of service for the engagement of the nurses to work and also to attend to patients at the hospital. Now, the issue here is in three folds. The NSS boss is a third party to the contract the nurses have with Ghana Health Service in order to attend to patients at the hospital. The NSS boss is not in that contract. The NSS boss is also a public servant in a different setup altogether. Now, the nurses do not have right or any power to determine how NSS should deal, or Ghana, the Public Service Commission should deal with another member. If the nurses want the man sacked, they should wait for an investigation to be conducted and concluded. The recommendations from the investigations will then determine whether the man should be sacked or not. But you cannot take an action based on a situation which has not been investigated yet. No recommendation yet. And because you feel like you think let me say you have the free will to do whatever you want, so you embark on a strike without even your own administrative rules, without obeying it, then it becomes illegal. Now the Ghana Health Service, I don't know whether they fear the nurses or not, or they are trying to be too lenient on the nurses. So they are finding it difficult to apply the administrative powers they have to instruct the nurses back to work.
All right,
now, I see that as also incompetency at the side of the Ghana Health Service with the setup. And I'm calling on them in order for them to instruct the nurses to go. And thankfully, we have this morning heard that the nurses are back to work. Secondly, for the illegal strike, or the day strike that they embark on, they need to be punished to serve as deterrent to any other public service or worker, being it in Ghana Water Service, Ghana Water Company, Electricity Company of Ghana, being it Ghana Police Service. No one has the right to just declare strike when the new due process has not been taken. And we are calling on Ghana Health Service to take action to punish them so that it's a deterrent. Like if the Ghana Health Service fails to do that, our next action will be to move to the Supreme Court in order to call the Supreme Court to we'll petition the Supreme Court for the Supreme Court to call the Ghana Health Service to order in order for them to be able to apply the administrative rule to sanction the illegally strike nurses who went on illegal strike, so that we can have a peace and order in the country, so that it doesn't repeat again. In this same situation happened just recently when teachers went on strike just because the government has appointed a particular person to be the director of Ghana Education Service, which is wrong. So we want to end these situations.
Okay.
These situations will end.
Adnan, let me come in here, please. The nurses are back to work. Do you still plan on going ahead with the suit?
They are back to work, but they need to be punished in order to serve a deterrent. Because if we always keep on, okay, it is gone, let it bygone, it is gone, let it bygone. That's why this keeps happening. Now, all the nurses, all the patients who were at the hospital yesterday and suffered pains, severe pains, or their pains increasing, we have also tortured them. We have tortured them against their right. And they have a fundamental right to health care in the country. They are citizens. They have fundamental rights to health care. Now, you have used them to trade their pains for your own private interest, without even following the due process.
All right. Thank you very much for speaking with us, Mr. Adnan Adams Mohammed, who is a private citizen and plans to sue the nurses at the Manhyia Hospital.